Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sarah. Thank you for joining me today for this wall Pilates session. It's quite a quick session, about 20 minutes long. You won't need any equipment, just yourself and a nice safe space to work. So basically a nice clear wall where you can move your legs around without crashing into anything, and also somewhere comfortable for you to lie down because there's going to be lots of work in supine today. I really hope you enjoy the class. See you again in just a moment. Hi everyone and welcome to today's wall Pilates session. You're not going to need any equipment, just yourself and a nice safe space to work with. So I've got a nice big wall here, nothing to crash into. I'm going to be in a supine position for the majority of this routine as well. So make sure your floor is comfortable. I've just put a couple of mats down on the floor here because I've got a wooden floor, so I just want a little bit of cushioning. Okay, now as I say, we're going to be supine quite a lot for this. We're going to start on our backs here and quite close to the wall. So if you want to get yourselves into position, all you need to do is just bring yourselves close to your wall and gently come down onto your backs. Now what we're going to do is just start with a couple of knee roll exercises just to warm up the lower back and get into the hips. So if you start with your tip toes touching the wall and then your knees and your feet are together, you're just nice and relaxed around the shoulders and the hips, and we'll have our arms wide as well. Just relax the arms nice and wide, palms facing up. Let's breathe nice and deeply then, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big deep breath towards your tummy button. Okay, so breathe. Lovely, let's just get ourselves centered and ready for exercise. Now we're going to engage our core next, so all you need to do is next time you breathe out, just draw your tummy button towards your spine. Give your pelvic floor muscles a squeeze if you know where they are as well. If not, don't worry, just make sure you've got these muscles here, your abdominal muscles, just activated. You don't need anything too tight, just a little bit of activation is all we need. And then the next time you breathe in, if you just gently roll your knees to the floor on your right. Take a nice breath in here, and then exhale as you roll through center, taking the knees to the left. Good, and we're going to go nice and slowly here, keeping the core engaged. Exhale as you roll through center. Inhale to lower the knees to the floor. If you want to, you can press your lower back very gently towards the floor as you roll through center, and it will just activate your abdominal muscles just that little bit more. Good. All right, last ones then. We'll just do one more to the left here. And then we're going to come back to the center position and just give the knees a little bit of a squeeze. Draw them in towards you. Just circle them around a couple of times in opposite directions. Massage that lower back. Okay, so now we just need to shuffle a little bit further forward towards the wall. Okay, so making sure that, you don't need to touch the wall here, you just need to be really close to it with your tailbone and have the knees and feet about hip width apart. Okay, so ideally, in terms of the distance between you and the wall, try and have your knees above your hips so that your feet are both on the wall, but you don't want them directly in front of the knees. You want them a little bit higher so you can see the top of your feet. Okay, so knees above the hips, arms down by your sides. I'm going to do just a couple of pelvic tilts here. So all this is gently rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards. Okay, so we tip the pelvis forward here. You'll notice a little gap appears between the lower back and the floor. And then you tuck your tailbone gently under to close the gap. Now we exhale on the tucking of the tailbone under. And we inhale to rock forward and go nice and slowly and controlled, always listening to the body. So if something doesn't feel right, you can stop, you don't need to do it. But we're just warming up the lower back, and this is going to prepare us to go up into our shoulder bridge. Okay, so keep the chest nice and wide. Make sure your shoulder blades are flush with the floor. And then on your next out breath, or the next time you tuck your tailbone under, we're going to unpeel the spine from the floor and make our way up towards the shoulders. And then we breathe in to slowly come down and tip the pelvis forward again at the end. So So rolling up, gently down, unpeeling the spine from the floor, vertebra by vertebra, and we're coming down the same way. Now when you come up into your bridge, do make sure that you're not squashing your breastbone with your chin, okay? So you need to make sure that you can properly and easily move your head from side to side. You can feel your you can feel your glutes rather engaging here in the back of the legs. Good. All right, now we're going to stay up in the bridge right there. Okay, so right here we've got the tailbone tucked under, navel drawn towards the spine. You can press very gently into the floor with your arms as well to help steady yourself. Good. Okay, now we're going to stay here, and all we're going to do is bring the right knee in, pop the foot back, then the left knee. Okay, so let's keep it going, like sort of marching in this upside down position. So we exhale to bring the knee in, inhale as we step back down onto the wall. Now the whole time you've got to try and stay strong around the shoulders and try and keep this pelvis nice and still as well. So you can feel I'm really working the back of the legs and the glutes. Breathe. Let's go for another 6 here if we can, because I'm going to count us down now. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we'll gently roll down from the bridge and then bring those knees in. Just give yourself a little bit of a hug, circle the knees around. Let's keep the lower back nice and loosened up, no tension. Okay, let's pop the feet back onto the wall. And so remember, you want your knees to be about above your hips. We want to have the feet slightly higher than the knees, so the feet aren't exactly right in front of the knees here. You want to be able to see the top of them. Okay, relax those arms. All right, we're going to go back up into our bridge. So breathing in, exhale, tuck your tailbone under, roll up. So send those knees up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold it there. Remember, you can use your arms here to help you. Okay, and all we're going to do now is take the right foot and just lift it up slightly. We're going to lengthen out the leg and try and pop our foot down a bit higher. Okay, good. Same with the left. And then bring it back. Okay, so then we're going to do it with the left foot. So left, right, left and right, right, left, right and left. Let's see if we can keep that little rhythm going. Good. Ooh, lost it already. Keep it going. So left, right, left and right, right, left, right and left. And do again, make sure that while you're doing this, you can easily turn your head from side to side. Don't worry too much if you mess up the pattern, it doesn't matter. Just do the best that you can and stay strong around the shoulders. Good. Let's just do 2 more repetitions. Good. And then we're rolling down. Again, just giving those knees a nice little hug, give them a squeeze. Perfect. All right, if you feel that you've scooched a little bit further up or away from the wall, just bring yourself back just a little bit there, a bit closer, get yourself set up again, and then just pop your feet back onto the wall. Okay, now we're going to bring the knees and the feet together here. Just widen out your arms slightly more away from your body. Stay nice and relaxed across the chest, but strong across the shoulders. We're going to go back up into the bridge. So breathing in, exhale, gently roll up, keeping the knees together. Okay, now while we're here, all we need to do is take your left hip and turn it so it's facing the floor. And then you're going to roll down the left side of your back, roll back up, and twist to the right. Roll down the right side of your back, and back up. And keep going, just alternating sides. We're going really slowly. Okay, so breathe. And exhale on the way down or inhale on the way down. It really doesn't matter as long as you do remember to breathe and go slowly. You're going to feel this around the back of the legs. We're getting into the hips slightly more. Good, working the shoulders. Last 2. Coming up right here. Okay, so and down. You can just square up the pelvis and we'll come back with those knees, giving them a little bit of a hug. Perfect. Okay, let's do some work with the abs. Make your way a little bit closer to the wall if you can. And again, you're just going to pop your feet on the wall. Knees and feet start together. Remember, you want your feet rather to be a bit higher than your knees. And then we're just going to part the knees slightly, bring the soles of the feet towards each other. Okay, so we've got kind of like a diamond shape here. We're going to take our arms, reach overhead. And when you do this, try not to flare the rib cage. Just keep that little gap between your back and the floor. Squash it down. You can feel your abs tighten slightly. And we've got to try and relax the hips. I'm going to do some curl ups. So breathe in, start to reach up. Exhale, engage your core. Lift the head and shoulders and reach through that little gap. And then reach back. So we go gentle and rolling back. So try not to jerk the body up. Lovely. You don't need to touch the wall, but you're reaching towards it with the fingertips. We unpeel the spine, or part of the spine, the upper spine from the floor as we come up into those curl ups. And breathe. Good. Last one. Now we're going to hold it here and pulse. Take the fingertips towards the wall. Keep the gap between the chin and the chest. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And down. Well done. Bring your knees together. Give your knees a little bit of a squeeze. And again, circle them around. Alright, see if you can shuffle a little bit closer to the wall. Try and go as close as you can now, because we're going to take the legs vertical and then part the feet so that we've got a big V shape. You can go as wide as you like with your knees. We're going to take our hands and place them behind our head, elbows into the peripheral vision. Alright, let's start with those curl ups again. So on your exhale, we lift the head and shoulders. Inhale down. This is a tiny movement, okay, so I'm really just activating the muscles around your abdominals here. We don't pull on the back of the head, and it's a smooth movement. You're just keeping your elbows in your peripheral vision. Good. Now we're going to keep this going and try to bring in our obliques, so the muscles on the outside of the waist. And to do this, we're going to need to turn very gently to one side. Okay, so as you do this, you're going to reach your right arm towards your left ankle, left arm towards the right ankle, and you're just relaxing your head down after each repetition. Exhale to lift up, inhale to come back. So on each reach up, you're going to just lift that same side shoulder. So if I'm lifting or if I'm reaching to my right foot or right ankle with my left hand, it's my left shoulder that's coming off the floor. So be really careful not to jerk the body up. And we're going for 4, 3, 2, last one. Brilliant. Down we come. Let's just take hold of the outside of the feet and then just sit yourselves or relax into this lovely happy baby pose. Gives the hips a nice little rest. Gives them a lovely little relax and a bit of a stretch. Perfect. Alright, we're going to pop our feet back down or back onto the wall. Raise the legs up vertically, point the toes. A little bit more movement this time. Okay, so we'll take our arms back. Now we're going to go back to curl ups, but when you do it, let's widen out the feet. Try and touch the wall with your fingertips. Oops, actually into the door there. That's exactly what I didn't want to do. So please don't you do the same thing. You can widen out your legs as wide as you like. You don't even have to touch the wall. And breathe. Last 4, 3, 2. Let's pulse this last one. Really getting into those upper abs. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Bring those arms back around by your sides. Just pop your feet onto the wall and part them slightly so that your knees and your feet are hip width apart. Okay, we're going to go back up into the shoulder bridge. I'm calling this a shoulder bridge. It's more like a shoulder stand, to be fair. Okay, so when you're ready, next time you breathe out, let's tuck the tailbone under and then see if you can bring yourselves into your shoulder stand. Then lengthen out the legs so they're both in line with the body. Try not to drop your tailbone here. You're going to keep the tailbone tucked under, keep the core engaged. Again, if you just press it into the floor with your arms, you can feel that really widens out your chest and it strengthens up the shoulders. We're just going to take this right knee and bring it in towards the body. See if you can lengthen out the leg and then replace the foot. Okay, same on the left side. Slide the toe gently down the wall, bring the knee in, trying to get the leg horizontal if you can. So we're stretching out the back of the leg there as we reach the leg overhead if you can. But try not to drop your tailbone. Keep the back of the pelvis level with the ground. So this is a little bit like the bicycle, which is an exercise in Pilates. It's one of the original 34 Joseph Pilates exercises. Lots of shoulder strengthening, bit of balance, precision and control, and of course that stretching of your hamstrings. Good. We'll just do a couple more here. Lovely. And last one. Perfect. Okay, just bring your feet down slightly so your knees are bent, and then you can gently roll down from your shoulder stand or your shoulder bridge. We're giving the knees a nice little hug. Couple of nice deep breaths in and out as well. Okay, so from here then, if you just shuffle away from the wall slightly, help yourself to come up into a seated position, and then we're just going to turn our attention to face the wall now. Okay, so we're in like an all fours position next. So if you can just pop your hands on the wall here, and then you're just going to place each foot down so you can come to standing nice and safely. Once we get to here, you're just going to place your fingertips on the wall so your hands are in line with your shoulders. Okay, so that's about as far away from the wall as we need to be. Arms fully extended but elbows soft, and you just need your feet to be just wider than shoulder width here. Okay, we're going to do some wide leg squats. If you feel that you can get your feet a little bit wider still, even better. Okay, so while we do wide leg squats, let's try and make sure we keep the spine lengthened through and we keep the pelvis really still. Okay, so let's bend those knees. We're going to lower the tailbone as low as we can and then come back up, pushing through the heels. Good. Just keep your hands where they are. So, and breathe, going really low into those squats. Feeling that stretch around the inner thighs. Really working the quadriceps, so the front of the thighs. You might feel this around the glutes and the back of the legs as well. Just go down as far as you can. Good. Keep the navel drawn towards the spine. Keep the core engaged. That's going to help you to maintain a neutral position around the pelvis. We're going for another 3 and 2. Now we're going to hold it on this last one. Hold it nice and low, shoulders back and down, and we're going to pulse through the heels. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep it going if you can. Breathe. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now, if you need to rest, come back up. But if not, if you can stay in this squat, just bring your hands down. So now again, we've got the hands in line with the shoulders, but the palms are flat. Okay, there's a slight lean forward now towards the wall. You want some body weight in those arms. Okay, so what we're going to do now are some push-ups. So keeping your spine lengthened through, you're bending the elbows, taking the forehead towards the wall. Good. Try and stay in this squat position. Woo, if your thighs are burning, you're doing really well. Rest if you need to, but we're going for another 5 if we can. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, come back and let's pulse it through again if we can. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And up we come. Lovely. Okay, You can bring your feet a little bit closer in, but do try and keep the feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more. And now you're going to pop your palms back on the wall, hands in front of the shoulders. Shoulders back and down, maintain that lengthened spine. Okay, we're going to go back and do some push-ups, but this time with one arm. So let's start with the right arm. You're going to take the left arm, place it behind your back, and then carefully bend your right elbow and push away from you with the palm. So you've got to try and keep your chest facing the wall here. Try not to turn the body in the direction of that right hand. Okay, so really working the shoulder, the back of the arm. You'll feel your core muscles tightening right there as well, really steadying you as you lower yourself towards the wall. We're working the chest, the pectorals. Okay, last 4, 3, good. 2, you're doing amazing. If you're still going, fantastic. Last one. And then back here, we will change sides. So right hand behind back, left hand just in line with the left shoulder, chest facing forward. Okay, so breathe, exhale to engage. Draw the navel in and then bend that left elbow. Just gently and carefully lower yourself towards the wall, keeping the chest facing dead ahead so you're not twisting to face that left hand. You might find one side feels a little easier to control than the other. Okay, good. Let's see if we can go for 4 from here. Good stuff, well done. Really using the strength of the core to steady you. Last couple. Last one coming up. Amazing, brilliant. All right, you can place both hands on the wall now in front of the shoulders. We're just going to have a little bit of a stretch. So I advise you to just sort of widen out your feet slightly more here because we're going to do the swan dive stretch. This is really nice for stretching out the back of the legs. So as always, when we do this, we're trying to keep the spine lengthened through, meaning we're not bending the spine. So you just start by walking your hands slowly down the wall, and then you lift your tailbone. The crown of your head will be quite close to the wall as you come down. You'll start to feel a stretch down the back of the legs. Try and have your spine parallel with the floor if you can. And once you're there, just hold it. You might want to give your hips a little sway from side to side. So not only will it stretch the back of your legs, you might feel it around the inner thighs as well. Good stuff. Okay, let's square back up again. Tuck the tailbone under and just walk carefully back up the wall. Give those shoulders a roll when you get there, and then bring your feet back underneath your hips. Just give your knees a little lift as well. Take them out, round and back down. Release the hip joints. Okay, that takes us to the end of the session. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And I hope to see you again soon for the next workout. Have a lovely day.